Hello and welcome. If you set out to create the typical Aussie girl who was pretty and fresh and bright and open, full of life and full of fun, I think you'd finish up with Olivia Newton-John. Maybe that's why she became Australia's golden girl. And although she went off to America and married Matt, we still revelled in her super success. 25 million records plus, the hottest star in the world in the 70s, everything from Grammys to Greece. And it seems every generation of Aussie kids have fallen in love with Sandy and Danny Zuko, haven't they? Have your kids done that right through? It's amazing. Quite amazing to watch them sing along with You're the One That I Want and all those other hits from Greece. Now, there's a rule in television too about ratings, that music concerts never work on television. For some reason, they don't. Everyone from Mick Jagger to Bruce Springsteen have tried and failed in the ratings. There used to be only two exceptions to that rule. Elvis, if he came back, he'd probably rate, and Olivia Newton-John. Well, last month, John Farnham joined that select pair. His concert for Rwanda was a ratings runaway success. But tonight, the one that we want is Miss Olivia Newton-John. Welcome. I mentioned earlier, as you were coming out, that you, John Farnham, Elvis, that's not a bad trio, is it?
Oh, God, that'd be a great song, wouldn't it? That's very nice to be in that crowd, yes.
If we could get you back together, all three of you, would you?
I love it. I think a couple of years ago they thought that maybe I would be joining Elvis, but I'm not going to be joining Elvis. And I'm happy to be in that group.
With John Farnham. All right, I guess let's talk about John, the boy next door, you're the girl next door. I mean, a lot of similarities. I guess the main difference is that John Farnham always forgets his words. You don't, I take it.
Dare I tell? Dare I tell?
Do you really?
Actually, I have. It's very embarrassing. In fact, it's always been a kind of phobic thing, at least when I used to perform live, which I haven't done for years. But it used to be that when
Until tonight.
Until tonight, of course. But I used to write lyrics on my hands, you know, like songs that I knew. I'd sung them 1,000 times, but I still used to worry about forgetting them. And it did happen once.
What did you do?
I just looked at the audience and went, and they sang it for me, and I found it. And after that, it kind of broke the ice, and I wasn't as afraid after that.
Nerves? You're not nervous? Singing?
I used to be. I mean, I haven't done it in a long time. I actually enjoy singing now, but I haven't performed live, apart from that one concert I did with you recently. I haven't done a concert in 10 years, really, apart from maybe 4 songs.
Well, something like I Honestly Love You, I suppose, was that the biggest hit of yours?
I think that, and You're the One That I Want, probably, the Grease songs were probably the largest, and Physical, of course.
Or Physical, of course. Did you really, honestly, win a Hayley Mills lookalike contest here in Melbourne?
I did.
Hayley Mills, why?
Well, when I was about 10, I looked very much like her, and my sister actually sent my photograph in. They had a contest. One of the theatre chains had a contest for someone that looked like Hayley.
Here in Melbourne?
In Melbourne, and I won, I think, I didn't even know, my sister sent the picture in, I won passes to the theatre. But they were very clever because you couldn't go on weekends and you couldn't go on the holidays, so when can a 10-year-old go to the movies? I think I went once or something, but that was my first showbiz experience, actually.
But given your dad was a professor and your mum's dad was a Pulitzer Prize, a Nobel Prize winner, and so on, I mean, there must have been a pressure for you to go into academia rather than the show business.
There was a bit, but I knocked that on the head because I didn't do so well at school. I don't want Chloe to see this. I did great, darling, really, but no, I wasn't concentrating very well. So when this all happened, I had the option of going on and finishing and doing my matric or leaving school, and I opted to leave because one of my teachers wisely said to me, if you're going to be thinking about singing, you're never going to get through the last year, so you know, follow what you want to do. So I went, phew, I'll follow singing.
But that was the dream? I mean, you wanted to sing. Did you sing at home? Did you prance around in front of the mirror and all that sort of stuff?
I did, but, you know, it really just happened. It wasn't something that I'm consciously aware of that I was following. It just kind of evolved. I sang for fun with 3 other girls. And
the Soul Four?
The Soul Four, yes.
How bad were they?
Pretty bad. They were great girls. I'd love to see them again. I haven't seen them in so many years. And but we used to sing in trad. Yeah, we used to sing in the trad clubs. You know, go down and sing down by the riverside and all that stuff. Really out of tune. And
so there's hope for the rest of us.
Yeah, that's right.
There's an old clipping here from a 1969 newspaper that you haven't seen,
right,
from Sydney, and it says a fabulous amount, Australian girl to star in $5 million film, the article says, And it says, let me read it. A pretty 20-year-old Australian singer, this is from New York, has been chosen to star in a $5 million film produced by the man who discovered the monkeys. The girl is Olivia Newton-John of Melbourne. And then you cut, and I'm so excited I could burst, Miss Newton-John. And then at the end, asked whether she would want to return to Australia. Miss Newton-John answered, not right now. This is too groovy. I can't believe I'm a star. Did you say that?
I don't really remember. It doesn't sound like me, really, but you never know.
What happened to this movie, the smash hit?
Nothing.
It was called Tomorrow.
It's actually hysterical. Have you ever seen it?
No.
It's kind of like science fiction with music. It's like we're a rock band, and this man from outer space believes that our music could save his planet, so he comes and takes us up in his spaceship. And I think now it'd be kind of one of those, you know, cult movies, because it's very funny. But we had a good time. Somewhere. I've hidden it, actually.
If we stop you there, stop laughing. We'll take a break and we'll come back with Olivia right after this. All right, now listen, true confession time. I heard the great love of your life, that you had the hots for John Travolta. That's not true.
Who didn't?
Who didn't?
No, he was lovely. He was a lovely guy. He's a good friend. He was a good friend. We were never an item, but we were good friends.
And someone said then that, one of the comments of the people who didn't like the idea of an Aussie accent winning it, someone said, if white bread could sing, it would sound like Olivia Newton-John.
Yes, I've heard that one.
What did you say
a lot
to
of
that?
people like white bread, I guess. So.
Did you get images again? Did you get tired of over the years of being the virtuous, virginal Doris Day type girl next door?
I think in the beginning, when I was trying to prove that, you know, I could sing actually, that it probably bothered me. But as time went on, I realised that people like to categorise you, and I was very lucky to have any career of success that I was having at all. So I kind of let it go, and it's okay. People like to put you in a niche, you know. So.
Then along comes Greece. So then we get black.
That was my chance to break out and be brown bread.
Black bread.
Yeah, right.
Black skin tight pants.
Black skin tight.
And off the shoulder blouse and the rich red high heel shoes.
Yes.
What was the reaction? Were people upset?
No, they loved it. In fact, it was really fun because we filmed that movie for about 3 months. And I'd been I call them Sandy 1 and Sandy 2. And Sandy 1 had been, you know, going around the set like this for a few months. And so the night before I was due to film, we had to try out the makeup and hair and try on the clothes and everything. So I dressed up and I got a cigarette and I went out because they were filming. I think John was filming one of his songs. And no one knew who I was. And I had such a great time. I'm flirting with all the guys. I'm in this black outfit. And when they realised, it was like, what? Horror of horrors. No, I had a great time with that. It was really fun. It really helped my career. That was really when I got a chance to start doing different kinds of material and do a little more rock and roll. And then
you do Let's Get Physical.
Yeah.
Suddenly you grow up. Suddenly sexy.
Got a bit risque. Yeah, they did.